Well, how we doing, guys and gals? Welcome back to Neighborly Homestead once again. Appreciate you guys clicking on this video. Tonight we're in the garage. We got the 1165V all warmed up. Fireside. That's a joke. We got some cherry to split, and I don't know if everybody watched it or not, but in our video where we took the Hoady Husky 450 to the woods, we cut up a cherry top. And I've been working on splitting some of that a little bit here, but figured, well, I probably should pull the camera out and do a video splitting up some nice cherry. And we're going to get right to it here, but the first piece I have on the table here is not a nice piece of cherry because this is a great big crotch. But we're going to see. We'll bring the camera up closer here in a second and show you this, but there's two hearts here where it was split to two limbs or shoots going off. This is going to be ugly. I know it is, but I just want to see if this thing will do it. We split some wood earlier in the week. That was some black locust that was pretty gnarly, and some hard maple that have had some big knots in it, and it just cut right through them like nothing. This thing truly is an impressive machine. And I just have to say that I'm impressed. So, but we're going to fire this thing up and see what it'll do. And then after this one, we got some really, really nice rounds. There's some like 16-inch diameter, super straight looking clear rounds. It should be really nice, easy splitting on here. So, but let's see if we can get this thing made smaller. I'm gonna just try to chop off around the edges here a little bit and see what happens. I know in the center here it's going to be ugly. Look at that. It actually came apart easier than I thought it would have. A big old pocket of sap in there. Never seen that on a cherry log before. See what I did there? That had a split in it. I lined that knife up with that and it just cut it off. That grain is very pretty, but it's not going to split the greatest. Yep. We'll leave that one alone. You guys could see how twisted and knotty that thing is. My assistant here is stacking the wood for me. I have no idea how good you guys can hear me talking, but so that split way easier than I thought it would have. But cherry usually splits pretty good. I just know that sometimes you get those crotchy pieces, they can be nasty. But this thing, this knife, it's so thin and sharp, it just cuts right through. But you kind of got to read the grain. You got to work the piece around, which that is one huge advantage of these vertical machines, is just being able to, pick where you want to split. It's a little easier to maneuver the piece and get it lined up where you want it, where you're not fighting with the piece laying down in a horizontal. But that might be a topic for another day when it's a little warmer out. We can compare the two machines. So we're going to start getting some of these other rounds up here and we'll start chopping through them. I'm going to go right down the middle on this one because it's got this other split here. one there. It's 15 and a half. 15. We're going to slab it. That split up really nice. Some kindle in there. there we go. We got a partial basket here. It's not quite halfway up on one side. And then we got a full basket of cherry there. I did not do all of this on the video. I had one stack here about up to this bar. So we finished that one and then did the whole other stack in the basket there. But you guys can see like that knot right there, it just cut right through it. Just shaved it right off. So there's that wedge. But I want to show you this. For those of you that haven't looked at one of these machines up close, trying to get the profile here for you. The wedge has got this little carve out here because the center sticks down lower than this front edge. You can kind of see it there. And I had somebody ask about putting the wood farther under the wedge. When you're splitting small stuff, I tend to favor the front. I don't know why. It's just comfortable that way. But sometimes when you've got a big round and it's touching, say it might be touching down here at the bottom, but up at the top, you might be pushed away a little ways. You know, the piece is going to be out here and it doesn't always cut it all the way through. You got to spin it around. But sometimes when you're holding a piece under there, you could have the edge of the wood like, say right here. And if the piece is angled this way, what's going to happen as it goes down through, it hits this radius that's kind of in the face of this, and it pushes the piece out. Just because it's following the contour of that wedge. So you kind of got to be mindful of that when you're splitting, but sometimes you don't realize that the piece is angled towards you. And it's, you know, the bottom is further this way. Sometime I'll try to catch that on the video. But so anyways, guys, we got the basket of cherry rounds all split, and we ended up with quite a bit of splits, more than a basket. So blah. So that whole basket of rounds ended up with quite a bit more than a basket of splits. So just for anybody wondering out there how rounds add up to split firewood. But anyways, the Splitfire 1165V, absolutely awesome. We love it. The thing, I don't know how many baskets of wood does this make so far since we got it. I think this is number 7. The full one is 7, and then the partial here. So, got 7 baskets of splits. So, quite a few rounds. Quite a bit of ash. Did a mix of some maple, hard maple, and some black locust, which that really kind of put it to a test, but it cut through it. It did really, really well. And the black locust, that can go either way. Some of that split's really nice, kind of bundle grade. A lot like, you know, splitting red oak. But when you get into the knots and stuff, it's pretty tough. So, but yeah, so far we're just absolutely loving this machine, being able to get a little bit done every night. It's huge. Just a tremendous feeling to be able to get something done when you know that it's lousy outside. So, but I think that's about it. So we appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned because maple season here is right around the corner. We're going to be in full swing getting things finished, getting things ready this weekend, and by the time you see this video, the weekend will already be past. But yeah, so be sure to hit that thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more. If you guys haven't subscribed, we really appreciate it. And numbers are growing, and it's pretty cool to watch. Good Lord willing, we will catch you guys on the next one. Take care. See ya. So,
Okay, I'm good now. I'm good. You might as well just start talking.
I look like I'm towering over you.
Hang on, let me get my step stool.
So there we have it, guys.
Oh, your head looks huge compared to mine.
What was that noise?
Critters.
What was it?
Critters? Two-legged critters?